Today I am doing another palette bingo and I'm really excited about the palette that I'm using today. This is the Certifeye Dynasty palette and it looks like this. It's really pretty. It's got a great color story. It's awesome for fall. It's got some really nice like jewel tones and it's got 3 really nice shimmers. And the thing with this palette is that I know I haven't featured it on my channel because I got it like a week ago and I have not been able to film and I really miss filming, and so I finally have like the day to myself right now, so I'm going to do a palette bingo with this, but I've used it, so I can't do a first impression, and that's why we're doing this, because I just want to sit down and play with this palette. I still don't have a full opinion on it, so I can't really call this a review, so I still need to keep playing with this. What I will say so far though is that the formula on this reminds me a lot of the Blush Tribe formula, and I think the reason for that is because I could be completely wrong when I say this, but I have heard that the owner of Certifeye is the sister of the owner of Blush Tribe. That is just something that I heard someone else say, and I don't know if that's true, but that makes a lot of sense if it is. So I'm going to just do this the old school way and use random.org today because I don't have a ton of time because I'm home alone and I know people are coming back soon, so I just want to make sure I have time to film this video. So we are just going to start, and we have 18 shades in this, so I'm going to generate my first number. I don't know if you can see this, but it says 13. And 13 is this stunning green shade. Still don't know if you can see this, but we're going to generate again. And the next number is 17. And 17 is the second to last shade, which is the blue. So we got blue and green so far, so this could be a very fun look. And I'll be drawing 5 numbers like I always do. Generate again, please. Next number is 4. And 4 is this orangey brown shade. So that shade is really pretty. That's very fall appropriate, I feel like. Next shade is 18. So that is the last shade, which is the black. So this could be a very interesting look, and we probably will not be getting a shimmer because there's only 3 in this palette. So if I somehow happen to get a shimmer in the last color, that would be very lucky. This black doesn't seem to be super pigmented, which is kind of nice because it will be easier to blend out. And let's get the last shade, and that is 13. We just got that. 5. And 5 is this brownish red shade. So we do not have a shimmer in this look, which is fine. I can definitely work with this. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a think and see what I can come up with, and then we will get started. So I think I have a plan, and I'm going to start off by priming my eyes with my MAC paint pot, and I am not going to set this because I have played with these shadows before and they definitely perform better on a sticky base, and I've found that both Blush Tribe and this brand do that. Actually in general, like most colorful shades that are very bright tend to do better on a sticky base. It depends on the brand. Juvia's Place don't always need it, but some brands just do, and so I will probably start not setting my base because I've had really good results not doing that lately, so that's what we're doing today. And I don't know if I've said this, but I was pretty set on not buying the P. Louise base, but I actually ordered it this morning because I didn't realize how inexpensive it was. I looked on their site and it ended up only being like £10. And with shipping it was like £20, which is really not that bad because I got 2 colors. I got a white one and I got the regular one, so I'm excited to try them out because I've heard mixed opinions. Like some people really like it, and I was watching Thomas Halberts' video today. I will link that down below if you want to check it out, but he used it and I could really like see the difference in the shadows when he applied them. So I am curious to try it out myself, and I wonder if I'm going to like it or not. I feel like I will, but I mean, who knows? We'll find out, but I'm really excited to get it and give it a try. So next up, I'm going to go in with my first shade, and I think what I want to do today is like kind of like a cat eye with eyeshadow. So I'm actually going to start off with a black, and I'm taking a black on my Morphe M60 brush, which is just an angle brush. And I'll be starting on my lower lash line, and I'll be winging this out. And I'm also pulling it down on my lower lash line a bit because I want to connect the lower lash line to my upper lid. when I got the shape down that I want, which is really just like a giant triangle, I'm just going to fill in the outer part here with black as well. And a nice thing about winging it out with eyeshadow is that you can kind of create a more flattering shape than you can if you use like a liquid pencil, and you just have more control, which I kind of like. And so I'm not pulling this very far into my lower lash line because I still want to have room for 2 more shades down here. So this is just a rough start. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. So I think what I want to do is I want to do the brown and the red on the lid, and then I want to do the green and the blue on the lower lash line. So I'm going to first dip into 6 Stems, which is this darker red or brown or red, I don't know, it's like a brick red. And I will be putting that in the middle of my lid here, and I'm just stamping it on, and I'm pulling it into my crease. Again, just stamping, and then we'll go in and blend after. I'm also blending this on top of the black, and then I'll go in with more black afterwards. Let me know if you guys have this palette or anything from this brand and what you think of it. So far I really like it. Once I figure out like how to work with it and not to over blend, it actually performs really well, and I can't wait to keep playing more with this. This is for sure a palette I'll be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with, and I'm very excited about it. Also, I will be working on a 3 looks 1 palette with my Hasina palette as well. That will probably be the first one that's coming up. And honestly, that palette, I am so drawn to it. Like I keep using it every day, even if I'm just pulling out like one shade, because the shades in it are just so unique and so pretty. And I really like it, and I'm excited for you guys to see my looks that I can come up with that, because I've had so much fun with it already. And now that I have this down where I want it, I'm going to go over the edges here and blend it out. It doesn't have to be like a very sharp line on top. It's okay if it's a little blended. I just want the shape to be like this. And I'm also going to, like I said, go in with a little more black after. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is a Morphe M321 brush. If you want me to do a video on my favorite eyeshadow brushes, I will happily do so, because I have a lot. I found that after starting to use brushes like this, like my looks just come out looking a lot better, and I am pretty sure it has to do with just like switching to smaller brushes, because it makes a big difference. You can really like get in there and be more precise with your application. So next I'm taking the last shade, or the last warm shade, and that is the Alchemy shade, and it is the orange. And I'll be using the same brush, and I'm just going to put that where I don't have any shadow yet. And you can see they blend really well into each other, but they don't blend as well if you put them on top of each other. So the trick with these kind of shadows is to not layer a bunch, which is why I didn't want to go in with like a transition shade, because then I would be stuck like having to layer a bunch of colors on top of it. And I'm just like kind of running this orange above where I put down the red, and just to blend out a little bit more. Next I'm taking my Morphe M149 brush, and I'm going back in with the black just to really intensify this outer part right here. And make sure that this is as black as it can be. And also just helping to blend this out a little bit more with the red. I am going to go back in with the red after, but I just want to make sure that there's like a slight layer of black here first. So this black is really nice. It builds nicely, but it's not super pigmented when you first put it down, which is nice when it's an eyeshadow, because you want it to be able to blend out. Next, I'm just going back in with the red, just right on top of where the blend with the black starts, and I'm just going to start trying to blend these together a little bit more. And so far, I literally have no fallout with this palette. Like, there is no color on my cheeks at all, which is great. So this shade looks more brown in the pan, but it's actually quite red, which is rare. Like, you don't find a lot of red shades that doesn't pull pink. So So I think I'm pretty happy with how this is looking right now. So I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more of my paint pot just down my lower lash line here, because I want these shadows to really stick, and greens and blues have a tendency to lift kind of easily, especially on the lower lash line where you don't have a primer yet. So I'm just putting this all over my lower lash line. And I've been doing that lately, and I find that it really helps the shadows stick during the day and like not come off. Because that is definitely the first place that my eyeshadows tend to fade, is on my lower lash line. So going back to my Morphe M149 brush, I'm going to use the blue shade first, and then I'm going to use the green on the inner part of my eye. And I'm just going to stamp this on. And now I'm dipping into the green with the same brush. And I'm just going to dip in a little bit more with the black and just really make sure that it looks good on the outer corner here. For my inner corner, since I don't have any shimmers in this look, I'm going to use my Naked Cosmetics highlighting palette, and this happens every single time, they just fall out. So I'm going to use the yellow shade down here, and that would be my inner corner highlight. And I also sprayed my brush with this because I find it just applies so much better. Man, I freaking love this. I'm also going to put on some liner and mascara, and I will be right back and finish up the look. So I put on some liner and mascara. For my mascara, I used my Back Out Bang by Benefit, which I love. It's my favorite mascara of all time. For my liner, I use this DHC Cosmetics liquid liner, and this is the only liquid liner that I use at the moment. In my waterline, I used two different colors. I used a blue and a black, and this is Teaspoon by ColourPop. I put that in the first part of my waterline, and then I used this blue by Urban Decay, which is called Ultraviolet, on my outer part. So that was that. And for lips, I think I am going to use my Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Pumpkin Pie, and I love this shade. And I think orange is going to go really nice with this look. So here's the finished look. Let me know what you would have done with these colors. I'm curious to know. I'm really happy with how this came out. Like, looking at my eyes, you can see how much more pigmented these shades are when you put them down on a sticky base rather than just swatching them on your arms. So yeah, I really like this palette. I think the color story in this is incredible, and I could do like 10 palette bingos with this and probably not get sick of it. So let me know if there are any other palettes that you want me to do a palette bingo with, or any other kind of challenges that has to do with like random colors. I would love to know. I love filming these kind of videos, and I just think it's so fun to sit down and play with makeup. I'm really happy with how this look came out. Let me know what you think down below, and if you like these kind of videos and you're not already subscribed, I hope you would consider doing so, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!